I think ये जो हम second wave की बात कर रहे थे, it affected every home. You know, everyone either had lost a near or dear one. The second wave really ravaged our lives. And I think it was harrowing for those who were right there, what we call our frontline workers, the medical fraternity. And we have with us here Dr. Jay Khullar. Dr. Jay, will you please join us? And I'm going to actually thank you for giving us part of your Sunday. I know how precious your time is to you. Thank you. Please. And Dr. Jay Khullar was in charge of the COVID unit at Sehgal New Hospital, right? Yes, please sit, Jay. And when
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sorry. And when I was talking to him, there were two words, two sort of phrases that stayed with me. I asked him, I said, when you recall what happened, what is your lingering memory? And he used the word helplessness. And another thing he told me, he said, I felt I was fighting a war with a sophisticated enemy with sticks and stones. You know, it was that level of helplessness, you know, with what you had.
Yes. We weren't equipped with the weapons. We needed oxygen, which wasn't there. We needed remdesivir, the antiviral, which wasn't there. And then tocilizumab, it wasn't there.
Right.
Beds weren't there. It was a very, very bad state of affair.
So, and this started deteriorating. April was a nightmare.
Yes, April and May.
April and May.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay. Would you like to share, today now, Dr. Jay, do you still get memories? Do you still wake up in a panic at times? Because at that, I've heard that you had shifts that lasted for about 36 hours.
Yeah, I'll start with the first wave. We were faced with an unknown enemy.
Okay.
Yet we came a long way. And then we were struck by the unprecedented disaster second wave.
Yeah.
By this time, we had enough knowledge how to fight the enemy, but we didn't have weapons to fight.
And so the scale was much
dilemma.
Larger.
Yes, the scale was much, much larger. During the first wave, for example, we had 50% of our hospital beds allocated for COVID patients. We are a 100-bedded hospital.
Right.
So I used to manage 50 patients. I was the only consultant who volunteered to see COVID patients. The other consultant, because of the age constraints, comorbidities, so we thought it would be best for them to avoid going into the COVID ward. It used to take me around 8 hours because...
On your feet, continuously?
Yes.
In the PPE suit.
I wanted to treat my patients the way I would want a doctor to treat me if I was a COVID patient. So that was how I went about it. So just entering a ward and waving to 6 patients and not going near them, because we are wearing 2 masks, we are wearing a shield. You have to shout if you want to be audible to even if someone is more than 6 feet away from you. So I used to go and keep my hand on their shoulder. This was what I used to do. During the second wave, we were supposed to manage 120 patients. We have 100 beds.
Hospital was only COVID.
Hospital, corridors, parking, holding area, TPA rooms, conference hall, everything. There were beds and cylinders and concentrators and patients.
Wow. And what were some of the difficult decisions you had to make?
Right, so everything was kind of rationed. So we had to decide if there were 2 patients requiring remdesivir, we had to make that decision whom to give, whom not to give. And we didn't sign up for this. We didn't become doctors to take such decisions. So this was, and also because of the oxygen crisis, we knew the timeline of oxygen supply coming to the hospital. Oxygen was enough to drive cylinders and nasal cannulas and face masks, but the oxygen pressure wasn't enough to drive ventilators.
Right.
So those 2 hours in the evening, the ventilators wouldn't work. We could see patients gasping in front of us. So all I think forgetting your own pain, because the pain of the patient in front of you is greater.
Right.
Putting your own life at risk for the sake of saving lives. This is what makes true superheroes, like Suraj said. And salute to all the frontline workers.
But did
Yeah.
you not feel any fear at all?
So I had just joined Saigal New Hospital, and when during the meeting it was to be decided that who will manage the COVID ward. So one person said, "Not me, not me." So only I was left. So everyone looked at me. That then I had no other option. I couldn't leave this job. I had no other option, and
So was it
see,
you sent
initially
to
the fear
gallows?
was the perception was whoever gets COVID doesn't live. Initially,
That's
the
right.
first when
That's
the
right.
videos from China were being broadcasted online. So from that time, I have been seeing COVID patients like from 10 centimeters away.
Right.
So by the second wave, we had enough knowledge, we had enough, and luckily the vaccines we were vaccinated in the month of January. So the entire last year we were on our own at God's mercy. So luckily I didn't get COVID or anyone from my family.
From your family.
Because
Would you wake up in the morning with a feeling of dread that, oh my God, yet another day looming ahead of me?
no, never, ma'am,
No?
never.
It was a sense of, now
yes,
let me go and
yes.
save people.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And so there is talk of the third wave,
Yes.
right? Have you all made preparations for that?
Yes. Our hospital, we are planning to we are planning to set up our own oxygen plant.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one thing. So that.
And that's not inexpensive. That's a huge investment, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes. So our owner, Dr. Sehgal, he's been at the helm of the things, managing everything. And for example, there was a week when I was down with fever myself, and because folks at home aren't doing very well at my home health-wise, so that is the time I panicked. I went to the hospital. I got admitted myself.
When was this?
In the second wave.
Second wave, okay.
Yeah. So I had my IV cannula on, I had my drip, and I was taking rounds because there was no backup. So it was.
But you were clear of COVID. Did you get your test done? You didn't get your test done?
No, I got my test done.
Okay.
Yes, 3 times in a row.
Huh.
I've never got COVID yet.
Okay.
So I think this is a result of the blessings that everyone is
That's
given.
a very brave warrior, I must
Yeah.
say. Really. Amazing, amazing. Okay, and so now looking back, what is the one thought that it's left you with the whole experience?
I think in the oxygen crisis, that we weren't equipped enough with weapons in our armamentarium, and seeing patients gasp for breath, that was the most horrifying thing that no one would ever would want to go through. No doctor would ever want to go through such a thing, such a basic amenity like oxygen, and that wasn't available. So, and the decision we had to make when we had to choose that a person with a longer expected lifespan, we used to give him the remdesivir which was available, and we had to hold back for the other patients. So these are some things, very traumatizing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So guys, let's try this as monologues. Yeah. Dr. Jay's journey as the COVID in charge at Sehgal Neo Hospital, right, and what he went through. So we've got our order. Yeah. Let's watch. सपना ही तो था, बिल्कुल सपने जैसा सच हो गया। हमेशा से सोचा था उनकी डेजिग्नेशन पे पहुंचूंगा और कुछ करके दिखाऊंगा। एंड हियर आई एम, टुडे इज द अपॉर्चुनिटी। क्या वॉर? व्हाट? कौन सा एनिमी? हाँ, अरे तैयारी तो कर ले जरा। कोविड? हाँ, मैं कोविड वार्ड का इंचार्ज। अच्छा, यस, हाँ, नहीं, विल मैनेज। और आज अच्छा लग रहा है आपको? हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, चिंता नहीं करिए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, सब बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाएगा। ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई, रेमडेसिविर, इन्हें भी चाहिए, इन्हें भी चाहिए। मुझे डिसाइड करना है कि ये जिएंगे और ये नहीं जिएंगे। इनको ऑक्सीजन दी जाएगी और उन्हें नहीं दी जाएगी। क्या पॉसिबल है? क्या कोई भी ऐसा कर सकता है? Does anyone has the right in the world to decide who lives and who don't? But then what do you do when you're put into a situation where you have to take a stand and decide who has to live and who?
मेरे हिसाब से कभी कोई भी डॉक्टर वो सिचुएशन दोबारा नहीं देखना चाहेगा जो मैंने देखा और कई सारे डॉक्टर्स ने देखा। अक्सर लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं, तो आपको कभी डर लगा क्या? कभी आप डरे क्या? कभी कोई ऐसा ख्याल आया क्या? मैं भी सोचता हूं, पर मुझे कोई ऐसा दिन याद नहीं आता। हाँ, शुरुआत में मैं डरता था, एक डर था जब हम इस बीमारी के बारे में नहीं जानते थे। लेकिन समय के साथ साथ हमारी समझ, हमारी जानकारी बढ़ती गई और वो डर भी चला गया। लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं कि आप अकेले कैसे मैनेज करते हैं, कैसे संभालते हैं? एक्चुअली मेरे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं, मैं ही हूं। इनफैक्ट एक बार तो मुझे खुद एडमिट होना पड़ा, लेकिन कोई बैकअप नहीं था, इसलिए तभी मैं काम कर रहा था।
Now when I look back, I think I did a decent job. But I wanted to save everyone. I wanted every living soul to live. But my hands were tied. My legs were tied. What could I do? What could I do? To choose between one who live and who doesn't? I tried. I stick to my values. I was not scared. I was prepared for that. But I wanted to save all. I needed more weapons. not just one. I wanted to save all. The good side, we are better prepared for the third wave. And we will save all. We will save all.
मेरा काम है जिंदगी बचाना, हर हाल में अपना कर्तव्य निभाना। कैसे भाग सकते हैं इस मुसीबत से, जो सबके साथ है वो हमारे साथ है। जिंदगी देनी है जिन्हें वो हाथ है ज्यादा, जीवन बचाना है जिन्हें वो कम हाथ है। किसी के काम आना ही मेरा मकसद है, बचानी है दूसरे की सांस, सांस जब तक मेरे अंदर है। जिन्हें भागना है वो भाग गए अपने काम से, मुझे निभाना है फर्ज अपना सुबह शाम से। मुझे वो खौफनाक मंजर याद है जब वो इंसान सांस के लिए लड़ रहा था। किसी का मरा हुआ शरीर वहां पड़ा कोने में सड़ रहा था। मैंने खुद को दूसरों के नाम करना सीख लिया, मैंने इंसानियत के काम करना सीख लिया। और भी सांसें मिले तो दूसरे को देना चाहूंगा, मैं ये जिंदगी ऐसे ही जीना चाहूंगा।
Thank you so much. I think I'm going to ask him to gift that poem to you also.
Amazing, amazing. Can I say something?
Yes.
इस बात का महत्व नहीं है कि दिया कितना लंबा चलता है, महत्व इस बात का है कि दिया बुझने से पहले और कितने दिए जलाता है। सो विद ऑल द जितनी भी कहानियाँ सुनी और जो भी मैंने आज देखा, मुझे लगा जो आप काम कर रहे हैं, आप और दिए जला रहे हैं। सो कूडोज टू यू ऑल एंड रियली ग्रैटिट्यूड फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माई हार्ट। थैंक यू।
Gratitude from all of us. Thank you, Dr. Jay. Thank you. More strength to you.